think I hear a Puff.
Nah, I heard Puff too. I'm not familiar, but I mean, I'm sure they're pretty good to be on the stage. I love that PVMs are becoming standard, by the way. I just like to point that out.
Yeah, right.
I know they're hard to get, so I can't like knock every tournament, but I'd highly recommend for all the TOs out there to make your stream setups 2 PVMs.
Okay, so another Fox this time.
Mrs. Puff versus Cantus.
Cantus. So I think I've heard of Cantus before. That sounds sort of familiar. I'm sort of familiar with the Spire-like organization too. It sounds familiar to me.
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
It's like definitely a Midwest organization that's been around for a while. So I feel like sentiments on this matchup has changed a lot lately, where like, I think back in the day, people were like, oh, maybe it's not that bad, and now it's swung all the way back to, no, it's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, I just think we low-key just doubted Hungrybox's greatness.
Yeah, right. I think we did.
I think it's like that, and Foxes have just gotten so good now to where it's just like, it's hard to just like solo Puff anymore, man.
Yeah, like
I think. Or go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, like I think like before Cody became #1 in the world, he was known as like the Stonewall to Hungrybox.
Yeah, even before. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I think Cody really changed the perception of this matchup from like maybe it's not too bad to no, it's bad. It's really bad.
That was like one of Cody's first big like wins. I remember was just like on Hungrybox. I mean, obviously one of like many. I'm sure Cody, obviously you know better than I would, but I just remember him like before even beating Hungrybox, like, yeah, I'm super confident versus Puff.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So, but now I think a lot of people have took that playbook from Cody and just like
Cody changed a lot of perceptions in a lot of matchups. Marth is the other big one.
Puff and Marth.
Yeah.
So I think now it's getting to a point where like, if you're not a Fox player at this point,
no. Okay,
like now more than ever, I guess.
Wait,
they both fumbled.
Wow, that was.
I've never seen like 2 people fumble like that hard. That was
actually not that bad.
Yeah, that was actually crazy.
Nice as the idol.
Missed the rest into no rest putter. So that's crazy. All right, so
he definitely overdone it.
But basically, what I mean to say is like, I mean, Lou, I'm sure you know, being a Sheik, you especially being a Sheik.
Yeah.
At this point in Melee, I don't care who you play. Even Fox. If your Fox matchup is not flushed out, you can't make it a bracket, dude.
You can't.
Yeah,
like,
it's so hard.
Has so many Foxes. It's so awful.
Right.
We have a 2-character metagame. It's just Foxes and Marths. And I like one of them, and I really don't like the other one.
Right. And you can get far in Melee just by, like, beating just that. Let's even take Marth out of it. Just Fox.
Yeah.
Like,
that's all
you could probably, imagine if you had the ability to beat any Fox you played, but every other matchup you played was 50-50.
That's insane.
I'm sure you would still place really good.
No, for sure. I sort of am curious, like, if the proportion of Fox players are going up year after year. I feel like it might actually be.
I mean, it's getting to a point now where, like, you know, remember back in the day, people would go Fox for certain matchups.
Yeah, now
it's like people are going Fox for certain stages. Like, okay, you know, like it's just now to a point where I'm just like, man, like 4 of the top 5 are just Fox players. You know, don't get me wrong. In this era, also, I do think it's the most diverse it's ever been. Obviously, we've seen so many like DK players.
I mean, Amsa literally just got second at
Right. So it's obviously,
and that's not like a miracle run. That's just like a. That's what Amsa does.
That was like all right. You know, Amsa's had better runs, which is crazy to say.
Isn't that weird to say?
Right. But it's just like, I mean, I'm sure even Amsa will tell you, like, to win a major, or to even just place, you really gotta have your Fox matchup fleshed out, man. Because these Foxes, not only are they all good, they all play different, bro.
Yeah, it's like, I hate Fox because like he gets to do it all. He gets to play slow, he gets to play like fast, he gets to play defensive, offensive. It doesn't matter. He could do it all, and you can switch between that in like player to player also. So
right, you could play good against one style of Fox and be like, I'm feeling good at the matchup, and then play another Fox and it's like foreign. It's like, yo, what am I just what?
Or just play game 1 and then play game 2 and the Fox like looks completely different. That has happened to me also.
Right. You're just playing on stadium like, what is happening to me, bro?
Okay, so I mean, this is a pretty traditional counter pick. The platforms make it a little weirder for Fox. And it's a little harder to like laser camp Puff here also.
Right. Yeah, this stage is probably the next best stage that Puff has after Dreamland, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some will argue that Battlefield's better.
Yeah.
I guess depending on which Puff in particular.
And then the rest of the stages are pretty awful.
Yeah, Stadium's bad, Empty's bad.
I
think Yoshi's can be okay, though. I actually don't think it's, like, bad, but I would say it's good.
Sure.
It's just not, like, Like if I'm a player and I gotta play there, all right, bet. But I'm not picking Yoshi. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It's one of those stages.
It's the lesser of like 3 evils at that point.
Right.
Oh,
It's like FD Stadium was so bad, it's just like, all right, I'm cool with Yoshi.
Okay, so
Right now, though, Cantus is kind of
just running all over.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like the laser's coming out every now and then, but it's mostly just like unrelenting pressure.
Yeah. And it seems just like this Puff can't find a way to like
just read the jump out of the corner.
Get a solid like punish off a grab. That's like the real
and
pound. Oh,
that was a good idea also, like going low. It's just that you had both guess going low and the drift direction. So it's really hard. It's not just like a 50-50 at that point.
Back air.
Oh,
no.
okay, this has to be big.
Oh, what?
Why did that work? Even Cantus in the cam was just like, wow, that's sort of silly.
Yeah, I thought Cantus meant to shield drop. Oh, jab, up smash.
Yeah. This is tough.
Ow. 103. Big chiller.
And you can't really like rest when you're behind this much also, because every time you rest, that's like an extra like 30-40 damage.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's like the point of no return, lose, no lie. Like, it's kind of just like, you got to pack this one up. But it happens, you know?
Yeah.
At least you're on stream.
I think the other big thing that changed in the last couple of years is that Foxes are like holding down even when they're getting hit across the stage and like teching everything and sliding off everything now.
Right.
So it's like even harder to kill Fox than like recently.
Than it was, yeah. Slide off certain drifts. Fox's SDIs are getting insanely good.
Yep. And like it's like also like all the other fast followers, which is I think one of the main reasons why like Puff is like sort of struggling a little bit more nowadays in this matchup.
One of the things I feel like Fox players don't get enough credit for, I'll be honest, is, you know, we talk about how good the character is, how broken the character is, and what the character could do. But the players who tend to play this character, in my opinion, practice some of the most, if not the most. Like,
I think Fox definitely attracts a certain like personality to him.
Yeah, a certain level of work. You got to have a level of work ethic to play Fox. Like, you can't really be lazy with Fox.
Yeah.
And most of the Fox players are so good because they put in the time, the effort, and the discipline to just like lock in and just deal with the downsides that comes with Fox for hours before they can get where they need to be.
When you're starting Fox, you're like lasering off, like you're like side being off the stage. You're like, you can't full hop. I mean, you can't short hop.
Right, short hop is hard.
Short hop is hard. JC up smash is impossible. But it also naturally mixes up to full hop up air, which is like a read, so it looks cool sometimes.
Right. Sometimes, yeah. It's like, oh,